End qualified immunity right now. End internal investigations right now. Felony to mute or edit or delete or mess with body cam footage in any way. 24-hour release of body cam footage. All chiefs and supervisors held responsible for crimes of all police officers in their department. And number 6, end police unions right now.
The San Marcos Police Department recently abused and tased a deaf man when he would not follow their orders for obvious reasons.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, sir. All right, grab his hands. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Roll over. Grab his hand. Get on your stomach. Turn around. Just have him stand up. I think he's cooperative. Let me see your hands. Hands. Let me see your hands.
They keep trying to talk to him when, to reiterate, he cannot hear them. This is another instance of how police simply do not know how to interact with members of the public.
He's not being compliant. Look at me. Hey, look at me. Sit.
I bring myself in Baker 3 or I'm going to the other officers are going to be in front of DPN.
The man, whose name is John Kelly, has brought forward litigation. The two sides are battling it out currently in an Austin courthouse.
Look at him. I'll call it complaint. He's down.
Yeah, he's down.
After this debacle, we learn more of what went down that fateful evening. Local media reported police used a taser against Kelly, who's deaf, in May 2019 while he was walking along a highway frontage road. Body-worn camera footage obtained by KSAT showed. Through an American Sign Language interpreter, Kelly told KSAT he was walking away from his family's vehicle near I-35 and Davis Lane after having a disagreement with his wife. He later learned that someone who saw Kelly and his wife, who's also deaf, signing to each other, called 911 and reported a possible physical disturbance. Footage obtained by KSAT shows 3 officers approaching Kelly from either side of him and from behind, repeatedly yelling for him to stop before 2 officers used their taser on him. Kelly, who could not hear the commands because he's deaf, was then kicked twice in the side by the 3rd officer, the footage would show. Kelly told KSAT he temporarily blacked out from being stunned by the tasers before waking up and attempting to communicate with the officers that he is indeed deaf. The footage shows Kelly with his hands beneath his forehead before he rolls over and is shocked again while attempting to tell the officers he is deaf. He confirmed he was later hospitalized for injuries resulting from the incident. Shame on that police department for taking that type of action. It was wrong, said Kelly, who added that the ordeal played out in front of his wife and several of their children. The officers' description of what took place contradicts the body-worn camera of 2 of the officers. All 3 officers, Andrew Weisner, Basil Pierce, and John DeCordy, wrote in their incident narratives that Kelly tucked his hands under his torso. The footage would show Kelly with his hands up by his head both times that he is on his stomach. DeCordy demonstrated the arms tucked under torso movement while talking with other officers, and a supervisor gathered at the scene after the incident. The footage would show the microphones, this is important, Both officers who recorded footage of DeCourty tucking his hands under his chest were muted while the conversation took place. Quote, "My hands were not under my chest. I wanted to gesture to the police and show them with my hands that I wanted to write to communicate. That's where my hands were, in front of me, clearly," Kelly would say. A federal lawsuit filed in May 2021 accuses the city of San Marcos and the 3 officers of violating Kelly's civil rights and the Americans with Disabilities Act.